What if Hitler had emerged victorious in World War II? Would our lives be drastically different? How would history have unfolded if the Axis powers had prevailed over the Allies? Join us on a journey of speculative exploration as we delve into the intriguing possibilities and consequences of a world shaped by Hitler's triumph. The Strategic Deliberations of 2007. In the dimly lit room of the undisclosed location, a diverse ensemble of individuals convenes around a long conference table. Their faces, devoid of uniforms or insignia, betray no outward indication of their political power. Yet each member carries the weight of their station, ranging from the defense minister to senior intelligence officials and wealthy aristocrats. Stripped of outward markers of status, they embody a show of solidarity, a tradition upheld in their secretive gatherings. Within this assembly, conflicting perspectives on patriotism and treason simmer beneath the surface. To some, these clandestine meetings are acts of treachery, while others perceive themselves as patriots of the highest order. The defense minister, with a grave shake of his head, warns of the considerable conventional power wielded by the Americans, despite their commitments in distant lands like Venezuela and Afghanistan. His words echo the sobering reality that any hostilities with America would likely trigger a response from the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, or SEATO, presenting a formidable challenge to German ambitions. The geopolitical landscape is shaped by a complex tapestry of alliances and rivalries. Decades of cooperation between the United States and Saudi Arabia have failed to assuage fundamentalists who perceive Western presence as a threat to Muslim purity. The aftermath of the September 11th attacks looms large, serving as a stark reminder of the tenuous balance of power. While Germany's investments in various conflicts have yielded mixed results, insurgency remains a persistent challenge, diverting vital resources from other theaters of conflict. Amidst the intricate web of political maneuvering, whispers of internal dissent emerge. The prospect of weakening SEATO from within is floated, evoking memories of past failures and the delicate balance of powers on the world stage. As the discussion unfolds, it becomes evident that the challenges facing the German Republic are multifaceted, requiring strategic foresight and decisive action to navigate the turbulent waters of international diplomacy and warfare. The dark side of diplomacy, Germany's hidden political agendas. Following the catastrophic events of September 11th, the global geopolitical scene underwent a significant overhaul. The world stood witness as the iconic Twin Towers of the World Trade Center crumbled and hijacked aircrafts struck the Pentagon, sending shockwaves across borders. These acts of terrorism, masterminded by a network harbored within fundamentalist-controlled Afghanistan, shook the very foundation of international relations. For Germany, the aftermath of 9/11 brought about profound implications. Despite the nation's steadfast commitment to fostering cooperative ties within the United States, the swift deployment of American forces to Afghanistan and subsequent dismantling of the fundamentalist regime caught many off guard. In line with other Western nations, Germany faced the daunting challenge of combating terrorism while balancing intricate global alliances. The response from the United States was swift and resolute, heralding a new era of military interventionism and counterterrorism initiatives. In a matter of months, American troops were on Afghan soil, spearheading efforts to root out terrorist networks and restore stability to the region. The rapid and robust military action underscored the unwavering dedication of the U.S. to eradicating extremism and upholding global security. However, amidst the chaos of war on terror, Germany encountered its own set of obstacles. The diversion of resources to support U.S.-led operations in Afghanistan strained Germany's military and economic capabilities. In addition, the resurgence of insurgency in regions like Afghanistan and Venezuela posed significant challenges to German interests abroad. In the face of these trials, Germany grappled with questions of sovereignty, security, and global responsibility. The events of 9/11 acted as a catalyst for a reassessment of long-standing alliances and a recalibration of foreign policy strategies. As tensions simmered and geopolitical dynamics evolved, the world watched with uncertainty, uncertain of the future in this turbulent post-9/11 era. Germany's balancing act in a changing world order. In the secluded meeting room, the assembled figures engage in a passionate debate. As the conversations continue, different viewpoints arise, showcasing the intricate mix of political beliefs and individual motives involved. Some members are pushing for a daring strategy, urging the group to undermine SEATO from the inside, citing past strategies and historical examples. Nevertheless, opposing voices warn against making the same errors again, referencing the Johnson scandal as a warning example. The disclosure of classified data from the Reich's advanced medical research laboratories led to a worldwide negative response, damaging Germany's global standing and weakening its strategic goals. The consequences of such events act as a clear warning about the risks of exceeding boundaries and making mistakes while trying to achieve geopolitical goals. In the midst of the discussion, a subtle tension lingers as the group wrestles with the consequences of their choices. The future of the German Republic is at risk, with high stakes on the line. As the argument grows, alliances are scrutinized and loyalties are doubted, highlighting the challenges of navigating the complicated world of global politics. Global consequences, border incident fallout, and diplomatic relations. At Zabaikalsk, a traffic jam led to chaos at the border. Guards fired at a runway truck, causing it to crash into a van, resulting in casualties and spreading uranium contamination. This disrupted trade into Soviet territories, harming the Reich economically. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, tension brewed between Sun Ning and the German ambassador, hinting at suspicions of German involvement in the attack. They discussed the incident's consequences and the potential role of outside forces like the United States. Their diplomatic exchange was carefully conducted to avoid eavesdropping. The diplomats acknowledged the challenges of military movements in the rugged terrain of the Russian Far East. The conversation hinted at deeper geopolitical tensions between Germany and China, with implications for international relations. China remains unmoved by military threats. Krauss reminded Sun Ning of Sito's obligation to respond to attacks. Sun sipped her drink, contemplating the Himalayas as a natural barrier between China and German Indian territory. The Indians, largely left untouched by German policies, could still pose a challenge if mobilized by the Reich. Concerns lingered about America's involvement in global defense, especially given its history of isolationism. Despite recent anti-Reich sentiment in the US, remnants of pro-Nazi sympathies persisted, prompting a cautionary tone at rallies. A young speaker rallied against America's overseas commitments, arguing for a focus on domestic needs. The crowd responded with tentative approval, reflecting a growing sentiment against foreign entanglements. Meanwhile, in Afghanistan, Lieutenant Colonel Tomlin confronted renewed insurgency fueled by German weapons. Reflections on the battlefield. In the dusty streets of Afghanistan, the harsh truths of war are revealed with dark clarity. Lieutenant Colonel Tomlin, an experienced soldier, is caught in a continuous battle, dealing with the challenges of warfare in an unfriendly setting. The city that was previously empty now has many rebels carrying advanced weapons, provided by German arms entering the area. While Tomlin deals with disorder, his ability to lead is challenged in the midst of confrontation. Facing moral dilemmas synonymous with modern warfare, he is embroiled in a territorial battle. The possibility of harm to innocent bystanders is a significant concern, overshadowing the fighting area. Although there are dangers involved, Tomlin's steadfast dedication to his team and objectives influences his decisions. In the midst of the chaos of gunfire and explosions, Tomlin shares valuable lessons with a junior corporal. Their interaction highlights the tough choices that need to be made quickly during wartime. The guilt of causing civilian casualties burdens them, but they understand that collateral damage is inevitable in war's confusion. As the battlefield is bathed in the light of the setting sun, Tomlin's determination remains unwavering. Despite the physical and moral challenges of combat, he remains steadfast in his responsibility to safeguard his comrades and accomplish the current objective. During challenging times, his leadership stands out as a symbol of resilience in the midst of war's turmoil.